Uh, I'm unmuted. Okay, what's going on, Black Speakers Network family? Welcome to yet another BSN Speakers Magazine live interview. This is the December 2023. We are closing out the year with power, and as you can see, we got the full panel joining us today. We got the one and only Pam Perry, Speakers Magazine founder and visionary, in the building. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning, Brian. Hey, YB. Hey, Teri. I'm excited. We are ending the year strong. Yes.
Yes, we got Dr. Pam Perry, and then, as you just mentioned, we have the one and only, the face of the December 2023 Speakers Magazine edition, Miss Teri Donelson.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm very excited to be Pam's cover girl this December 2023.
Yes, the Purpose Brunch is on the way. We'll be talking all about that. And then last but certainly not least, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Richmond, Virginia in the building. RVA stand up. Mr. Rob YB Youngblood is here. Good morning, Rob.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Good to be here.
Yes. And so we kind of got a little bit of a passing of the torch moment to Ray, because Mr. YB is going to be taking over as the host, the official host, starting in January of Speakers Magazine. Pam and I have been rocking out since the beginning, almost, right? 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that is wow.
And so I leave it in your very capable hands. Of course, we would continue the partnership. Speakers Magazine is the official publication of Black Speakers Network and has been for the past 5 years. But YB brings something really, really special to the table, because if you're not familiar with YB, he is literally he literally wrote the book on collaboration creates currency. And so when you think about somebody who has the ability to galvanize communities, to amplify, and to really do all the things, that's just really what Speakers Magazine is. It's an amplification tool for speakers of color like Teri. And so I definitely am super excited that you're here. He's also a co-author of the Speak Up book, which Pam is it wouldn't exist without Pam, basically. The Speak Up book, Ultimate Guide to Dominating the Speaker Industry, which has been the blueprint for speaker success. And and not only is he in it, but I believe, I remember coming down to Richmond, Virginia, and I have not seen anyone strategically position a book so effectively as YB. So where you're looking, because a lot of people will just write a book and put it out there, Teri, and I'm sure you've seen this, and they're just like, oh yeah, it'll sell itself. It's like, books don't sell themselves, and nor do they write themselves. And so definitely congratulations, YB, on taking over. I'm definitely excited that you're here, man, and looking forward to just seeing all the great things that continue to come from this collaboration.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is family. I call Pam my Michigan mom. She's my PR coach. She tells it like it is, and that's the way I like it. And just great to be able to be a part of this legacy and to be here connected with Teri. I mean, we had a great opportunity to be in that first cohort of Speak, Sell, Shine. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But this is just an opportunity to expand the visibility of speakers of color all around the world. And, folks, if you don't promote yourself, you can't expect anyone to promote you. And so this is a great opportunity for people to start that out. And then when people start to learn more about you, then you'll gravitate to a person like Pam that's like, listen, come on with me. I'm gonna put you in a position to win. So just truly I appreciate being a part of this movement.
Mm-hmm. Yes. This is what it's all about.
Awesome. Listen, I'm here for it. And so we got the cover girl with us for a limited time. She's playing double duty And we're part, and you're in Ohio, correct? Is that
I am in Cleveland, Ohio, based out of Cleveland, Ohio. Yep.
okay? Perfect. So yeah, I'm so excited that you're here, and we get a chance to talk to you for a few minutes. And so maybe tell us a little bit about the Purpose Brunch, because I know as we get into the cover story that's going to be featured. I understand that it is going to be taking place December 17th, so that's coming up right in Maple Heights, Ohio. But can you tell us a little bit about that? What inspired you for this event? Is this the first inaugural? Is this annual? Like, give us some behind the scenes scoop of what's happening.
Sure. So the Purposeful Brunch. So I'm a girl who loves to go to brunch, and especially after the pandemic, we were ready to get outside. So last year, everyone was having a brunch, but because I love to help women find their purpose and then take that purpose and make it into a business, I figured that it could be more than just a brunch, right? We can do more than just have food, have good food, good conversation. We could really do something special. So the Purposeful Brunch is an opportunity for women to come together and focus in on their goals for the upcoming year. We all have things we want to accomplish, but somewhere along the way, we lose focus. So this is an opportunity for them to sit down, put the kids over there, the significant others over there, and just focus in on their personal and their professional business. And so they have me kind of as a to try out as a coach, because a lot of these women don't know me as a coach, just as a speaker. So I'm taking them through a process to goal set, do some mindset work, and really get their intentions down on paper. Pen to paper is what I like to say, so that they can focus for the upcoming year. So it's a whole mini workshop, but we have a good time. We network with like-minded women, and we eat good.
I was gonna ask, like, what are y'all eating there? Because it sounds like, first of all, I really appreciate YB. You probably realize the power of this too. Like, sometimes it seems like January 1st becomes kind of the clarion call for everybody to come out and, you know, magically get their life together. But you're preemptively doing this before we even get to the new year. So I think that strategically that's smart, and it kind of doesn't put you in competition with everybody that's kind of trying to do stuff on like January 1.
Yeah, why wait? We don't have time for that.
Yeah, yeah. Come out the gate shooting and really taking over, because that you said something about the food. Will chicken and waffles be there?
Pam, you are so funny. I'm gonna have some chicken and some grits, because you asked about grits last time. We're gonna have some grits.
Okay.
We're gonna eat good.
Okay. All right. Just what
catered by Sam Silk. He's a local radio personality, and he has a few restaurants in the area. He's Black owned, and so he's so dope. His staff is dope, and their food is really good. So I'm excited about their partnership.
Yeah, it's good to always be supporting each other. If you know someone that has an event space that's Black owned, a Black owned chef, balloons, Black owned, I mean, supporting the network means that you're just really supporting each other. And that's how we circulate, like George Fraser says, we circulate the money in our community, not just once, twice, three times, but over and over again. That's how we all build wealth. So thank you so much, Teri.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to get your start. Speaking of start, like, how did you get your start? Like, what prompted you to get into this lane and get to a place where you impacting lives through your voice?
So it was by chance. Well, it was by chance for me, but it was already divinely planned out. But I was going through just a transition in my life. If you don't know my story, I was about 300 pounds, and I'm about 5'3". Y'all see me in person. I'm a little taller than Pam though, but I'm a little taller. I was like 300 pounds, and I was just really depressed in life, and so that carried over into my professional life and my personal life. And so when I started to really focus in on getting my health together, I began working with this guy in the fitness arena, and I helped him figure out his actual purpose and his vision. He knew what he liked to do, but he didn't know how to put that thing together, like I like to say, package it so that it can become something huge. He was just a fitness guy. And so I helped him to create a brand that's now a nationally recognized fitness company, Extreme Hip Hop. I am the co-founder and COO of that business, but he didn't really know what he wanted to do. And so we worked together, worked on his mindset and developed his business. But it all comes, I have a background in nonprofit management. I have a master's in that, and I have a bachelor's in communication. So like I said, it was already divinely planned, but because I was so, I was kind of confused on my own journey that I had to take a step back and focus in on my own mindset, focus in on my own health so that I can be clear on what I needed to start doing. And that was helping others to truly find out what they were good at and helping them to develop a plan to make a profit from that. So it kind of fell on me, YB. I don't know. I don't really know how it all kind of divinely came together, but it really was me allowing God to move me in the direction that he wanted me to be in. And he's been opening up doors for me ever since I allowed him to push me to my purpose.
What do you think the parallel is between that? Because, you know, obviously there's like an obesity issue in the United States. A lot of people struggle with weight loss, sometimes for years or decades. What do you think the parallel was between like losing your weight and the subsequent like shift in mindset? Like, did you notice yourself able to like just execute differently or move differently after you went through that weight loss journey?
So absolutely. I feel like that we have really 4 different areas of our life that we have to focus on and have to be in alignment. That's spiritual, that's your physical, your personal, and your professional. And when one of those are so off alignment, you're just in disarray. So I feel like once I started to focus in on my health, it really did allow me to see that I needed to be a better friend. I need to be better in my professional life. So it really helped me to focus in that I wanted to truly live a healthy life, well-rounded. So once I started feeling better, I started to really have confidence in what I knew I could do. Right. Like they said, when you look good, you feel good, you're more confident. And so it wasn't about necessarily looking good for the outside world, because I've always been cute, Brian. I've always been cute. So that wasn't the issue. But I really felt uncomfortable in my own skin. Sometimes women are, and people in general, can be overweight, but they're not necessarily unhealthy, if that makes sense. It was unhealthy for me. And my mom actually passed away at a young 65 years old. And it was because of health issues. She was morbidly obese. And so I realized when I started having kids, I didn't want to leave my kids early. So that was the first why I had. And once I started feeling good about that, I started saying my legacy needs to be more than just that. I want to leave them with a financial legacy as well. So they see me being healthy and living that lifestyle. They need to see their mom be happy in her professional life. They need to see their mom happy in her personal life. So that was my driving force all the time. But it started with me focusing in not on the other things that were making me unhappy, but on something that I can control. And that was what I put in my mouth and how often I got up and moved my behind and exercise. So when you start to focus in on what you can change, then I believe that other things start opening up in your life. And that's just my philosophy.
So when you said when you moved, so the extreme hip hop is step.
It is.
Now, so just even having the courage to do that with Phil, you know, 300 pounds is a lot to be stepping up and down them steps, right? It
was. And that's why I love Extreme, because it's something that everybody can do, no matter your size. And Phil was just an awesome instructor that didn't allow me to give up on myself because of my size. He did. If he was making a little skinny girl do 100 knees, he had my chunky butt doing 100 knees as well. He did not let me say, nope, I'm too big, I can't do it. He was like, nope, you may can't get it up high, but you can get that knee up. And so fitness really did.
So you're going to New York this week for an event with them as well.
Yes, so we travel all around the globe. Really, we had a class in the UK, in Australia. We go to Canada. We go everywhere and do classes. And we have 3,500 instructors at this point. We have a certification today as well. So I'm doing like 3 things today.
That part. But
yeah.
Wednesday you have something coming up.
Yes, Wednesday we will be in the New York area doing a pop-up class up there. So it should be fun.
What's going to be in Times Square?
Times Square, though, that would be the Teri event where my picture would be on the billboard. I'm so excited. Pam was trying to push me down. I'm like, what else?
You're going to be on a billboard in Times Square?
She's going to be on a billboard in Times Square. This right here will be on Times Square on the billboard, right? This part right here. And also the Speak Sell Shine folks as well. But yes, that will be, I'm trying to get her to see that on December 13th in Times Square.
I feel like we need to open with that.
we probably should have.
I need some footage.
What's all this gate?
Hometown. I need to see some footage. Somebody got to get the camera.
She's gonna get it. She's gonna get it. I'm so
don't
excited.
worry. I'm too excited. I'm too excited. And I'm from New Waverly, Texas. I don't know if y'all know my background. I'm from a very small town, population 990. Shout out New Waverly, Texas. But to be a girl from New Waverly, Texas, that just wanted to help somebody else, and now on Wednesday, December 13th, I will be on the billboard on Times Square. You're gonna
make me catch the Amtrak up top. What time you gonna be up there? Because I have to.
I'm coming into town at 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna stay in there. So every time it flip over, I'm gonna be right there doing cartwheels, doing a little everything.
I'm coming up. I'm gonna have to come up with.
You know,
I would love it.
Pam, we quoted that for BSN because we wanted to do like, oh, how much would this cost? And so we reached out to Clear Channel, had a couple meetings, and they were like,
$5,000.
No, like not that was for $5,000 was like for like the billboard facing like the East River. Like it wasn't for like Times Square for like they quoted us an hour at Times Square for rotating, not even full thing, like the rotating $40,000 like for an hour.
See, this is the first time Speakers Magazine. That's why I said divine timing, because when I said let's do this opportunity, she says, well, I'm going to be in New York. I'm like, good, you can get the footage because we're going to be in Times Square. So yeah, that just all worked out. That was God. It's been always a dream to be on the Times Square and during the holiday. Like,
yeah, it's so much going on. Like Pam is the truth. Like I'm just busy but I'm productively busy. So we're not walking on a treadmill right now. We are sprinting down the street, and I am just excited about the opportunities and just to do what I love to do. It's a blessing. It really is.
Well, Pam, tell us a little bit about this issue, because this is actually not only the last issue of the year, and again, Teri, congratulations on being on there, but it's like, or gracing the cover, I should say. But tell us a little bit about this issue, because this is a takeover issue for.
It is. And you know, the last one that we did was the one with BSN, right? The Black Speakers Network. And that wore me out, right? That was a big issue. So it's 40 pages. And this one is a Speak, Sell, Shine cohort. So on the back of it, it kind of explains what that is. But they were all in October. They got videos, they got photos, they met the media, and they also did media interviews. So all 20 of them are in this issue, and their speaker reels that they did there are embedded, and then the photos that they did at the press club are in here as well. And then so the whole point of this particular issue is to really highlight them and then the things that they learned. So our sponsors are in here: Talkadot, PitchDB, our legal person, you know, all those people are in here that make up our community for the pieces that you need to be a successful Black speaker, consultant, and coach. So they're all in here. But I'm so excited because one of the main things too, PitchDB is in here. they actually talk about the classes that they're going to be doing education wise and the new branding thing that they're going to be doing. You know, that Ron Story is our friend. So it's this issue was so special because it's the end of the year strong, but it also positions all of them to soar in 2024. So it's their issues, their reels, their photos, their bios, their websites are together. I mean, everything is snatched, right? Pam snatched. Everybody's like, everything got to be together. So October we had the little trainings and everything. November we put it together, and December we break out with it. Okay, because nobody has any raggedy websites. Everybody has the right domain name. Everybody has the right email. Your LinkedIn is straight. You know, that's why be the
That
host.
I feel like that's gonna be. Did y'all hear like the Merriam-Webster? You know, they do the word of the year, and we can go into the inside issue when we have a chance. But the Merriam-Webster always does their word of the year, and so apparently the 2023 word of the year, I believe, is Riz. It's for the Gen coming from Gen Z, so
Yeah.
like Riz. But then I feel like these words like snatched, and I was thinking earlier to Ray because you were like gatekeeping around this idea of like the fact that you're going to be on Times Square, so we get some of this vernacular in here.
Yes, so you can see all the names in the table of contents over there. That is a lot of folks. So well, let's just dig into it. Obviously, the brand new service, quick media coverage. Everybody got in that was in Speak Sell Shine. They all got articles. Everybody got an article, whether they were in Black News or whether they were in CEO Weekly, New York. They all got articles and things like that. Women's Journal. So that right there, that's what showcasing the quick media coverage for them as well. And then the Ready Set Go Speak community is really kicked up and it's new. YB is part of that as well. He's a moderator in that brand new group that'll be kicking off really in January. We got the December kind of like special going on, but that's going on. And then it's all about getting out there, getting known because I'm a promoter. So, if you ever see me, it's like I'm going to be having your stuff together. And Teri's gonna have her book. I'll be holding her book up too,
Come
So
on.
I'm a pusher. I'm a pusher. She's a purpose pusher, and I'm a promoter pusher. It's like, okay, let's go, let's get out there. So
And
that's
Pam,
really like,
I want to speak to that because one of the reasons why I decided to come into the community, because first of all, you have 30 years of experience in the game, right? And so for speakers that are watching this, if you're just getting started, the best thing you can do is to find someone. If it's not Pam, find someone who has experience in this industry, whether they're speakers or folks who promote speakers, because money is connected to time. And so the longer it takes for you to get something done, the more money you're going to have to put out. So you're going to have to invest somehow. You're going to either invest in the front end or you're going to invest over time. And the challenge is if you get into a place where you invest over time, but you don't get results, you're going to get discouraged and you're going to quit. So to get in a community such as Ready, Set, Go is critical because now you get to learn what you don't know and you get to accelerate the process of getting results. So I'm so glad that you set that out there for us.
yes, cool. Yeah, that was the intention. I've always had mentors. George Fraser is my mentor. Les is a mentor. So you learn from people who are further ahead than you. George is someone said to me the other day, how old is George? It's like, I'm not sure, but you know, he'll still be going to 100 years old. You know what I'm saying? His mind is sharp and that kind of thing. And he's still doing conferences. I was like, he did a conference. I said, he did a conference. So he told me one of the things he always says, inspect what you expect. He told that to me when I was 30 years old. And it was when an error had happened and I was feeling real bad. And he just looked at me and he was like, he didn't care nothing about them tears. He was like, inspect what you expect. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just drop it right there because it was like I learned from that. I was like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I'm very diligent now.
Somebody needed that. So we got Dr. Cindy Trim as kicking off. Now, are these in any particular order, or are we just?
Well, Dr. Cindy Trim has her event every year in Atlanta. So hers is a live event at the end of the month as well. So Dr. Cindy Trim is also a client. So she's in here as well. So she's one of the people that has been a client probably for 20 years or so. But she's made such a transition in terms of coming up and that kind of thing. And I love her because she's always learning. always learning. I mean, she was the first person that I really talked to and said, Dr. Trim, you need to do a blog or you need to do a podcast. And this was years ago. She was like, what's a podcast? And of course, now she's like, she's all into it. So she's on YouTube. She's, you know, and she's 60 plus years old.
That's what's
And
up.
she's still like, I'm gonna get with it. What do you say? I need to do TikTok. Okay, Pam, let's go. So yeah, yeah.
I
So
love that.
mhm.
So yeah, next page we can keep rolling. Dr. Cindy Trim. I do remember her um just gracing
Covers.
the cover. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let's see who else we got. We'll probably StreamYard's probably like this issue is probably too much for even the bandwidth because it's like how many how many pages in here? All
Yes.
right.
Yes. So Tiana and Stacy, they're part of the Speak Sell Shine. I'll let YB kind of tell them a little bit. I've met, you know, I've known Stacy for years and Tiana for years, but he saw them in action. So kind of give him a little bit of roundup about Tiana and Stacy.
These two young ladies were powerhouses. You know, I remember during the event we had an opportunity to engage professionals from the media and folks that have could tell us how to get connected and get our brand out there. And Stacy just put herself in a position to pitch right there. There's a video on it so folks can see that. But great storytellers they were able to capture the audience that as they were speaking to us, and their content is tremendous. So we just really appreciate it. And Stacy is right here in Richmond, Virginia. So we have to connect and collaborate as well.
Yep. And Tiana's from Detroit, and she's doing great things. She and Letitia Nicole are doing an event later this month as well. Mm-hmm. And then we have these two, Trina, who is formerly from DMV, but lives in California, and then Yolanda, who actually is from Indianapolis. They met these two ladies. That picture there of Trina is from the press club, and then that's Yolanda on the stage there at the press club. But primarily, each one of them really honed in their messaging. You can kind of see from the speaker reels. If you kind of hover over that, you'll see what their messaging is. But they are now so clear on what it is that they need to do, and they are in a whole nother realm of where they're going with their brand.
And Yolanda's spirit is just tremendous. So we had a chance to connect earlier this week, and her vision for what she's looking to accomplish, and is just on another level.
Yeah, she's on fire. I think her event starts next week too. She has like a 5-day challenge that starts on Monday as well. So all of their websites and information in there. What I like about it is that all of them are approachable. All of them were hand selected, and they're approachable. They're good at what they do, and they basically are real people that have real gifts and talents to share. They're servant leaders. Omar is another servant leader, and so is Carolyn. Omar is from North Carolina. He's a Jedi. His speaker reel was in there. It's funny how he starts out. I like it. You always have to look at the speaker reels and see what they keep in, because it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So they spoke for 10, 12. So how he started his was really, really good. You kind of can learn from watching other people's speaker reels. And Carolyn's kind of like Teri in a way. It's where she had a health challenge, and she basically lost a lot of weight and started running marathons. So she's a marathoner, and she teaches women how to self-elevate. And she's actually from Ohio. I think she's not far from where you are, and she'll be at your event as well, at the Purposeful Brunch as well. Yeah, so that's really cool. So Carolyn helped.
I didn't know Jedi was that acronym. For justice, equity, diversity, inclusion. Like, I feel like every year we get like a new DE&I acronym.
Yes, it is.
I was like, he's a Jedi. I was like thinking Star Wars. I'm like, for real? Like, we finally got one? Like, because he always has the Mace Windu like thing. So
this is Omar one
Kenobi.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I would just lean right into that until you get a cease and desist from Disney.
And he's a gentle giant as well. We were in the same room together, going through the same cohort in terms of like the groups. And he's quiet, but he's mighty. Like, he brings that experience, and he says every year I do something different, and every time I bring a new message, that new message brings a new book, and that stuck with me big time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And he speaks different languages. I think 5 different languages, and plays 7 different instruments. Just a little fact. Okay. Yeah. Dr. Nita Powell, she's from the Michigan area. She's from Wixom, actually, and she's a metaphysicist and helping her clarify her message. And she is crushing it on YouTube. I'm so proud of her because people who know metaphysics, that whole realm, know that she's like a beast in that area. She talks about energy shifting and all of that. And then Lynetta, who's a BSM member, hosts.
Oh, Lanita.
Lanita, yes. Oh my God. She basically now has a new brand where she's teaching people who are afraid of speaking in public how to really overcome speaking in public. And so
Yeah.
she's teaching executives and things like that how to do that. So she really crushed it. She at one point she was just like a youth speaker, but now she's really teaching executives how to speak in public. And so that's her new lane right now. And those are their pictures from the press club as well.
Yeah, and she had a major breakthrough at the event as well. I mean, just the feedback that she received, she took it and she ran with it,
Oh my
and
God.
very much willing to, kind of bring some things up. I think one of the lessons that she learned was the fact that even though what we say often, we may repeat it and it gets boring to us, we have to remember there's new people that hear that message. So we have to keep bringing it because there's somebody that's not heard it before that will take it and run with it and be inspired. And she really took the feedback and now she's creating something special.
Yep, I remember that. I remember when she had that aha moment. We were like, girl, it's a billion people on the planet. Dr. Rhonda Wood, also, I believe she's a BSM member, and Eric Collier, he's a BSM member, but she really crushed it on the stage. And her is Break the Silence, Heal Out Loud. That's her tagline. And then Mayor Motivation is C. Eric Collier. I love both of them. See Eric Collier, we had a whole conversation about his name. I was like, okay, what's our brand gonna be, sir? Is it gonna be Eric Collier, see Eric Collier? So it was kind of like that Rodney C. Burroughs type of thing. And he's like, it's see Eric. I said, okay, well, let's go with that. Because if I put it in Google, I need to find C. Eric Collier. So that's it. And then Rhonda M. Wood. She's awesome. All of them. And their speaker reels are included. But hers is really so her story and her why is big. And so is it with Eric. Eric actually had me talked to a student that he was mentoring, a PR student, and he just has so much passion and cares for people, and he really is a motivational person. I mean, you cannot talk to him and not feel like you ready to run through a wall type of thing. So he's really good. Yeah.
And he's an epitome of collaboration as well. He has his own podcast, and so he's opened that up to allow for many folks in the cohort to have an opportunity to share their message. But I'm gonna tell you what, Dr. Wood is everywhere. I'm like, every time I'm on LinkedIn, I pull up, I'm seeing her. She's got this award. She's in this group. She's speaking this. I'm like, listen, I'm loving it, and it's an inspiration to be around, folks that's actually taking what they've learned and applying it.
Is Eric a Greek guy?
Yes. I won't tell him what one he is because it ain't mine, but yes.
I think I remember seeing one of them signs. Then Eva is definitely, she's from California. She came all the way from California, and she learned a lot as well. She's one, again, like you said, Brian, in the DEI space, inclusivity. I learned a whole lot about that whole area of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. It, like you said, it gets more and more acronyms, but she really is learning more about how to niche down that industry to a particular education. And she had a lot of good connections.
Eva is a BSM member for several years. I believe we're about to do our end of year 2023 report, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe Eva has booked more speaking engagements through BSN than anybody else in the entire community. Like her and her assistant, they apply to everything, and that's the thing.
They're action takers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be, but she's strategic, and she's very she knows exactly who our target audience is. She knows exactly a price point, what she's trying to do. So she's definitely kind of like a what do you call it, YB? Like the avatar for the BSN folks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have Teri. Teri is kind of going to the other page here, the purpose pusher. So that's a story, a little bit of background story. So Monet flip that page to the story. And then you can see that her event is coming up. Her event is coming up there as well. So the Purposeful Brunch, and you have all the details, where it is, the purposefulbrunch.com, purposefulbrunch.eventbrite.com. You'll see the information there about what the intention is and everything like that. and that's her there on the stage, but her reel is also in there as well. But yeah, she did really, really good. You did really good.
Yeah, that's a great picture. That's like great speaker action shot.
Yeah,
I would
it is.
say.
She's very animated. Very animated.
Thank you.
And
Teray, oh, go ahead, Pam.
now I was just gonna say, the pitch DB that we had, the follow up with our Speak Sell Shine, we had Ron Story really kind of go through this personal branding roadmap and the new things it's going to be dropping on Monday in
Mhm.
Pitch DB with the group on. We did that on Friday, so it was excellent. He took, I think, took Teray as one of the ones as the example, and she was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God!"
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was definitely
Yeah.
tremendous. And just to, and we won't go too deep because you got to be in the room to get these nuggets, right? But the biggest thing was recognizing the importance of the process and pushing yourself out there. You're either going to do it yourself or you're going to have somebody do it for you. But more is more. You ever heard people say less is more? In this case, more is more. The more you promote yourself, the more you push yourself, the more you pitch yourself, the more opportunities will come your way in the form of leads and meetings. So yeah, definitely check out Pitch DB.
Yep,
yep.
yep.
And I think the next couple pages are pitch DB, so we can move forward to that. But definitely check out this roadmap. I really love how they laid that out, and of course, there's a QR code there for anybody that is looking to get started. Pitch DB has been a great partner with Black Speakers Network as well. I love to see the evolution of the platform.
Oh
So
my God,
it's great.
amazing. It's amazing. And Natalie Shan Spellman, Natalie will also be, she's from New York. She'll actually be on the billboard as well. So we, all the Speak Sell Shine got the Rising Star covers. And so hers will be on there as well in Times Square. So you'll probably run into her, Teri, uh, in Times Square on Wednesday. So that'll be up there as well. But she's an ex-Marine. She suffered from PTSD, survived that, really helping other people really learn from her transformation and teaching them the same type of transformation. So
Yep.
she's has an excellent book. Oh my God, it is
Yep,
so
y'all better
good.
start like a WhatsApp group channel or something, because like the odds of y'all actually running into each other in New York in Times Square is like tiny. But you could be like they'll meet up for lunch or something.
Now these two, love both of them, known them for years and years. So Letitia Nicole, again, another one that has been part of every group, Branding Accelerator, Ready, Set, Go, Speak. Just been a client for many years, but she is on the come up. She just won like the Presidential Lifetime Award. She's speaking somewhere else. I just saw that we kind of keep up with each other. I'm like, girl, you are just moving. So she wears a lot of different hats, and I think she did something for BSN, Brian, about her products and things like that.
Yeah.
Besides doing all the speaking, she also helps people create products. So she's just very, very talented and so super, super sweet and a collaborator. I put her and YB facing each other because they definitely have the same type of spirit. They are very talented, always trying to be inclusive, always sharing with their talents and gifts with other people as well. So it's funny
And she's a
how,
nurse too, right?
yeah, that was her first career. Yeah, she started
She,
out as a nurse, a registered nurse,
all
right? And
this.
she owns an assisted living facility as well. It's a 120 bed assisted living facility. Yeah, she runs that as well. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And YB, his speaker reel is embedded in there, but his is so so good. So please take your 2 minutes and 30 seconds and watch his can you, but we can't because we only got 30 seconds. But click the links and watch the videos. They are really, really good.
Yeah, I saw YB's. I was blown away. I was like, okay.
Yeah, he has the energy. He has the energy. That is for real. And then Dr. Pam Love and Stephen Boyd, both of them, the pictures are from the press club. And when I tell you, Dr. Pam, hers is a finishers network, and that's again another collaboration. But she finds that women in particular can start a lot of things, but they don't finish them. So hers is a finishing network, and she's a therapist by trade. So she's helping people do that finishing task part of it, like what keeps people stuck from finishing. Stephen Boyd, I'm just so happy that Stephen has so much clarity because he's another one that has a lot of talent. He's a singer, he's a minister, he's an educator. he does a lot of different things, but you see in his tagline here that he really is honed in on one thing.
Mhm.
And so we're trying to get him more into those spaces where he's actually being known for one thing. And it's not that you can only do one thing, but be known for one thing first, then grow into the other areas. So you kind of get one and it's like, okay, I've really dominated that, then I go into the others. So he is, can't anybody tell him anything about
Well,
Master of the
well,
Classroom.
well,
That's what
nobody be able to tell me anything, even if I had a 3-piece suit. You know, I've never owned a 3-piece suit, YB. Like, I've never had like that vest to go with whatever. Like, I think I need to check that off on at 40. Like, I turn 40 next
Oh,
year. It's time
come
for a
on,
three-piece suit.
come on in. Make sure you have a timepiece too. You just connect it to your belt, and you had a timepiece to flip open. Yeah, to flip over.
Is that a good look, Teri? Like, I feel like, you know, we got to bring the classic man back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just, but not all the time. Just when you're trying to impress. Just when you're trying
Yes. Yes.
Every like twice a year.
That is it. That is it. Yeah. So Stephen Boyd, and his website, he got revamped. I mean, there's a lot of things that we did that so go to iamstephenboyd.com. It got revamped and got snatched. Dr. Rosalind White Tompkins, she had a really good success story. Her thing is about hope, and Kelly Wright, who has a TV show, basically has a show called America's Hope. And so the following week, he was traveling to Florida. She happened to live in Florida. That's how God works. And she was actually on his show. So she was talking about hope. She's a hopeologist, trademarked that term, and she was on Kelly Wright's show. Kelly Wright is a former Fox, national Fox reporter for like, I think he was on there like 20 years or so, but he was on that particular show live in the studio. And I was like, how does that work out? Because she was like, yeah, he was part of the media panel. She says, yeah, I want to be, like to talk to you about your show. He says, well, I'm going to be out of town for a week or so. He says, I'll be in Florida. She was like, I'm in Florida. So that's how that happened. That was good. And then Vicky Wright, she traveled from ATL. You can see a little bit of the pink and green. She's a Greek as well, but she did really good in terms of getting on some media interviews as well and being part of our community and really just leveling up a lot of things that I won't say that she didn't know, but that we just helped her tighten them up so that she can really have more of a direction of how to go further faster. And part of it is really working with pitching more. Like YB said, it's like, okay, you got all the goods. Rubber band is pulled back. Now let's go. Like, okay, so it's enough time to stop thinking about it. Let's start doing it. So she's at that point now where she's doing it.
And she's a spark plug. She's full of energy. She's willing to learn. You know, like you said, Pam. You know, certain things that she knew, but sometimes you don't know until you're doing, right? So it's like once you start doing, then you're ready to learn. And so she's a spark plug, and I see her definitely. We're all going to take off. I see her taking off big time in 2020.
And she's a moderator too, and Ready Set Go Speak as well. So she just has such a great background. It's like, girl, oh my God, you know, it's kind of like someone that's like, well, this is what everybody can do, and it's like, no, that's what you can do. That's your secret sauce. That's your thing that you can do. So yeah, so that's Dr. Rosalind, Vicky. Rodney C. Burris, you know, we got that C in the C. Burris. And so he has really honed it down to emotional intelligence. That is his brand. And so he really now at this point, he's really kind of stepping out, doing other things. You know, again, Rodney's part of BSN as well, but he's doing a lot of the master ceremony type of things. He was at Speak Sell Shine. He actually did some training when I had to step out and do some things. So Rodney knows how to fit in and get in. You know what I'm saying? That's like he is going to a whole nother level. Just recently he gave me an award, the Pinnacle Award. I was like, what? You know, and I was teasing him. I said, Pinnacle Award means like I've reached the pinnacle. I mean, I still got somewhere to go. I know I'm older, but I got more to go. But he gave Jada Pinkett one as well. So I was like, oh, okay.
And she shared it.
She did.
She shared it out, and it was cool. And then shout out to Rodney too. He's also Baltimore. Lanita's here in Baltimore too. But I think you know, Rodney has similar to what you're saying about I think Lanita too. Like they learn and execute. You know, they don't sit on knowledge and be like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll think about that. They do it. And Rodney closed a contract with multiple 6-figure contract with Department of Education as well. So he puts stuff into action. So I really like that.
Yes,
it is. He's the ultimate server. He will serve. He will serve. He will serve. I think that comes from him being a fraternity man too, with different fraternity. You can see the colors there, but no, he's a server big time. He gives from the heart, and not only that, but he's getting results as a result of the work that he's doing. So really
planting the
exciting.
seeds.
Yeah.
He's planting the seeds. It's another one of our sponsors. One of the things I always tell people, they need to do a podcast. So Barrett Matthews, he was one of our sponsors and really helping people on how to get started with their podcast if they needed to get that going. And so that they not stay stuck. That was my main thing, so that people don't stay stuck. So down there is his link to have a conversation with you if you want to get going on a podcast in 2024. The next page, I believe, is some other people that, because my main thing is that people don't stay stuck. So it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to what to do after I give a talk. So obviously Talkadot, that's one of the go-to resources that we have for people. It's like, why be that the thing that you put in our group about your real-time testimonials. Talk about that, how easy that
Yeah.
was.
Well, first of all, I got to give a shout out to Brian and BSN. I would not have moved forward to become a supporter and an advocate for Talkadot had it not been for Brian bringing a Rel Moody to come in and explain. I mean, he came in twice, he broke down everything, and when he gave that offer, I'm like, I'm in, right? And as a result, it has proven to be one of the best investments of 2023 because it's allowing for me to get not only real-time feedback from the individuals who are in the room after I speak, but it's allowed me to get rebooked, rehired, and leads referrals to opportunities. And I'm telling you, when we talk about currency, like credibility is the new currency, right? So it's not about me saying that I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Listen, these are all the people that have given me feedback, and then to be able to share it with the meeting planner. Oh, then they send it to the person that wasn't even in the room that cut the check and say, yeah, we might want to bring more. We might want to bring these people back based on data, not based on emotion, not based on, hey, they clapped for me. No, out of the 100 people that heard me speak, 99% of the people gave me feedback. And so this is a phenomenal resource for all speakers, especially for those who are members of BSN.
Yep, that is it. That is one of the main things. And it's African American owned. Again, we're trying to support all and build the currency, in collaboration within our own community. So that's one of the main things. Love it, love it. And then Kiera Johnson, All Things Business. A lot of people are stuck. It's like, oh, I can't do all this social media. It's like, okay, you got somebody you can go to. Now, next, what's don't let that be your excuse. So we got somebody for you. So she will help you with all the social media, the hashtags, whatever it is. I mean, sometimes it gets overwhelming. So you need to pay someone to do it for you. And that's the person that finding the right resources. Sometimes you have to go through 4 or 5 people to find the right one, but these have all been vetted. So those are the ones that I recommend. Again, the next page. Again, a lot of times people are like, oh my goodness, I don't know where to go to put my press release or whatever. Again, blackpr.com. It runs on blacknews.com. That's one of the places we've partnered with for years. So you want to make sure that, if you want to reach all of the media, Black media, you go on blackpr.com, tell your story, put the press release in there for $250. That's like I've been rolling with him for probably 20 years. It's like really, really simple to do. Again, it is. And
Dante
actually,
Lee is.
Yeah, Dante Lee. Yep. And then the story actually too, Teri, your story is actually on. If you Google your name and hit the news tab, you'll come up first. All of everybody's name that's in this issue. If you go to put in your name, hit the news tab on Google, you'll see the press release come up and it'll talk about, you being in this issue. Again, if you want to write a book, there's no one we recommend really more than Owens Publishing Company. Dawn is anointed to do that. She'll pull your story out. She can get it translated. She can ghostwrite it for you. She can, that is the person. So that's all I got to say. You start a new career as an author, start with Dawn, cover design, all that kind of stuff. She's she's originally from Ohio, but she lives in Texas now. So yeah, so those are 2 people. So it's like, well, I don't know how to get started with a book. Nope. That's excuse is gone. Okay, next.
And every speaker needs a book. I'm telling you, every speaker needs a book. That's all I'm gonna say.
It does. It does. Raquel Brown, she's actually from Toledo, Ohio, which is not far from Detroit, but she's really making a pivot, kind of like Letitia Nicole in a way. So I want her in the same issue. I wanted them to meet people who are in the same magazine meet. So she's a nurse. She's also teaching people how to really monetize that nursing degree. And starting out, not like Letitia Nicole yet. Letitia's probably like about 5 years down the line from her, but I wanted, and she's in the speaking realm as well. So I wanted her to actually meet Letitia Nicole. CYA, I don't know what that means, but this really is our legal counsel, Tony Moore, that really you can get a CYA checklist to make sure that you know about joint venture agreements and trademarking, copywriting, all those type of things that you don't want to learn about after it has happened and it's gone bad. You want to learn about it before, so you actually know how to protect your brand and protect your legacy. So that is one of our sponsors as well.
Yeah, shout out to Tony Moore. I wouldn't have my trademark without her. So
Yes, see, I told you she's good. She's a real deal. Love her. Super smart. Super smart.
About to break it.
Uh-huh. And then we've got Beyond the Stage, growing your speaker circle. Oh, look at that picture there. Who is that? That's Brian. Oh, so yeah,
I
he
remember
does.
that. Y'all pulled that from the archives. They went back. Teri, remember they used to put like stuff in like the Disney vault. They're like, hey, buy it now. It's going away for 20 years. Like that was this.
Got you. Right back there.
Check this out. So you see how Brian is holding that board. So after Speak Sell Shine, we was able to take our boards and Pam said, "Yeah, go and walk through the airport with your that's how you pitch. Like you promoting yourself. Walk through the airport with your board.
And take pictures with people.
And take pictures with people. Right?
Remember my name, okay?
Come here, take this selfie. Come here with me."
I did. I saw a couple of them, and it works. It works. I told Tiana today, I said, you know what? I said, I can't put a sandwich sign on you. I said, but you're going to have to pick up the phone and call some folks, okay? Tell them how wonderful you are and tell them, people who know you, what you offering. Yeah. It's almost like walking around with the sandwich signs. You all remember that old time, like that's what this like. It's like I'm old PR, so I'm an OG in this. It's like this works. Trust me. Yes.
Well, yeah, so, I think it's connected to this topic though, because it's like we're talking about growing your speaker circle, and of course that was the reason why Black Speakers Network was invented. Like that, I created it specifically to be a place, whether it's in person or virtually, that you are able to build these type of relationships. And Pam, YB, you now Teri, like this is a great example of that. And so this article is really focused on, okay, here are just 5 simple things that you can do to like grow your network and very intentionally do so, because a lot of times people are getting booked because of relationships. It's not because you're the best speaker. It's not because you got the best pricing. It's not because you got a golden microphone. It's like, oh no, we seen you speak, but I also want to do business with people I know, like, and trust. So
yes, that is really cool. You said a lot of times, it is probably a lot of times more than people think, that people who aren't necessarily the best speakers, but they're booked because they're asking people that they know, and then those people are really telling them about other people that they know. So it is that whole part of that. That last page, you missed it, Monet. I wanted to show that's going to be on. Can you go back to that very last page? There we go. So the Speak Sell Shine, the video is from there, but that's Willie Jolly that was there. He was like he ended the Speak Sell Shine for us. He was phenomenal. And he wasn't even feeling good that day. Actually, I don't know if y'all remember that, but he wasn't really feeling 100%, but he did so good. And we did the media panel. You kind of see Sharon Morton on there as well. And the pictures, but we had such a great time at the press club. We're doing it again so people can go on the website, speaksellshine.com, and sign up for the wait list to apply for next year. But yeah, when Willie kind of like tied it all up at the bow, Cheryl Wood was there as well. She closed it up on Thursday. Dr. Willie closed it on Friday. It was good because I wanted them to hear in real from someone who speaks a lot, like what it really takes. And they didn't know what each other were going to say, but they kind of said very similar things. And it's very similar to what I'm trying to say. It's speak, sell, shine with the emphasis on selling or pitching. You have to pitch, you have to tell to sell, you have to do that. So yes, you can be really good at speaking, but you can't be the world's best kept secret. So that's why I kind of felt I didn't want to do an event for a long time, Brian. I was like, but this one was like, if it's small enough, it's manageable, and it has intention, I said I would do it. So that was it. So this is going to be on the billboard on Wednesday. Yes, it will be. That will be it. So yeah,
I'll
that's
be
it.
taking pictures and jumping my boomerang, all that, right? As soon as I see it, boomerang
Thank
like
you,
crazy.
thank you. And then the purposeful lunch is next Sunday, a week, almost a week from today, but
Oh no.
a week and a day from there, from
Yeah.
today, a week and a day from there. So it's Sunday on the 17th, 12/17, the
Yeah.
brunch.
Well, let's do final thoughts and we can wrap up. So, Teray, I'll kick it to you to any final words of wisdom, maybe 30 seconds or less that you want to share.
Did you get your
Um,
book? You probably
I,
didn't.
I haven't been, I've been gone since 5 o'clock this morning, Pam. So I haven't been, I don't know. But just final thoughts. When you're just on your journey and trying to figure out what you want to do, surround yourself with people that know more than you, that can refill your cup, because as givers, most of the times our cups become empty and we don't even realize it until we have a circle that is like, you need to, sit down or do this. So find yourself a good circle of support, and just really continue to chase your purpose and not that paper.
There you go. I think that's on the cover there.
Yes.
And in the art, yeah, I read that. YB, final thoughts?
Yeah. So first of all, I'm truly grateful just to be amongst the greats. Truly respect. If it wasn't for Marshall Fox, I wouldn't have been here. Marshall connected me with Brian, and then Brian connected me with Pam, and then Pam is connected with me with the world. And so I just have to always pay homage. Being a two-time author, first book being Speak Up, and then second book being Collaboration Creates Currency, which next Saturday on my birthday, my 45th birthday, we'll be celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the launch. And so we're doing very, very well with that. And so the Collaboration Creates Currency movement includes this opportunity as being a co-host on the Speakers magazine. And I'm truly grateful. I'm humbled, and the best is yet to come.
Oh my God, I love that.
Love it, man. Happy early birthday as well. And then Pam, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I'm just so full. This is the last issue of the year. It is one of the best issues, a double issue. I'm just full. And if Monet can take a photo of all of us before we leave, I'll put this out everywhere. But definitely go to speakersmagazine.com. Get featured if you want to be considered to be featured in 2024. The January issue is busting out. I won't reveal who the cover is yet, but it's going to be a good one.
Awesome. And yeah, I echo all those sentiments. Yeah, we can do the picture anytime you want, but I think in general, I echo those sentiments. I absolutely have enjoyed the opportunity to be the host, and I know this platform has gone through a couple different iterations, but I know that YB, you're going to be, incredible for this. Pam, Speakers Magazine just continues to grow with wraparound resources and so many valuable elements that you've introduced for speakers, really all speakers, but especially Black speakers, to be able to take advantage of these. And so, Teray, congratulations on being on the Wrap Up Club. I'm honored that this is the issue that I get an opportunity to pass the torch to YB, and I know the best is yet to come for sure. So, guys, we are done. Thank you so much again. Make sure you check out blackspeakersnetwork.com/join if you're looking to get connected with an incredible community to get access to speaker resources, information, and of course, speaking opportunities. And as always, we'll be back next month. YB and Pam will be back next month with cover reveal for January. But until then, keep speaking up. Your audience awaits, and we will see y'all on stage.
Yay.
Thank you.